So my third generation Fire TV Cube has been exploited with three major changes. Change number one, my updates have now been fully blocked. That means Amazon now has no access, no rights to my device. They cannot push any changes without my permission. So that's exploit number one. Secondly, probably the main one, when I now press the home button on my device, 3, 2, 1, I am instantly taken to my custom launcher of choice, which for this video is Project Ivy, where I'm sure, as you guys know, I can now use custom wallpapers, I can create custom tiles, I can hide applications, I can organize sections, and most importantly, not see any more of those Amazon home screen adverts, and really just take full control of my device once again. And the last exploit, or the last change, is the blacklist that Amazon recently updated, where they added in some applications, some third-party streaming applications. That blacklist has now been completely wiped, and the ability to add more applications into that blacklist has now also been blocked. So you could summarize all of this and just say all of the previous control or power that Amazon had over my own device has now been revoked. And once again, I am now in total control of my own streaming device. All of this has been made possible by the latest version of this application. I mean, I really did try my best to hold off as long as possible, because I do have a feeling that Amazon will patch this exploit very, very soon. But the person that created this, Sween Wolf, has done a superb job. Him working with Prometheus on XDA have done all of the hard work. They've made this process as easy as possible. Takes a couple of minutes. If you follow it exactly step by step as I show you in this video, you'll be able to do all of the things I mentioned at the start. Let me now give you the step-by-step instructions on how to implement this on all of your devices. And I would ask you that please do watch this video to the end, because as even if you miss one step, that could cause potential major issues to your device. So grab a coffee or your favorite snack, and let's once again take full control of our Amazon devices. Okay, so to start the process, we're going to firstly enable ADB. Let's go to the settings, go to My Fire TV, go to developer options, and make sure ADB debugging is on. Once you've confirmed that, let's now press the home key. Let's open up Downloader. Now we'll leave a link to the XDA article, and they did mention specifically in the article that do not link to any of these files directly on other websites, always link back directly to the XDA article. So to respect that, if we just type in this shortcode, this will take you directly to that XDA article, and that shortcode is just 2370884. Let's type that and click on go. So we're looking for this custom version of this LM application. Once we get the application, we then have to issue one command to, we can say, activate the application, or to give the application the correct access it needs to make these changes on your device. Let's scroll down. Here is the article. You have all of the step-by-step instructions in here. Keep scrolling down, and you're looking for this link here. Version 1.0.7 is the latest as of the 24th of September. Let's click on that. Give that a second. We can now click on install. That's now done. I can click on done. Now, whichever custom launcher you want to use, I will leave a link in the video description and pinned comment. Lots of custom launchers like the Wolf launcher, like F launcher, like Project Ivy. There's lots of launchers out there. I have got some of them hosted on my website, but I'll leave that for you to choose whichever launcher that you want. The only thing is, make sure you have installed a launcher before you start this process, because otherwise you won't have a custom launcher to select inside this application. So on my device, I believe I've got F launcher installed, as you can see here, and I also have Project Ivy installed. So really install any launcher that you like. Once you've installed it, let's now go to the application library. Now, before we open up this application, we do have to issue that one line of ADB commands. Now, that one line, you have multiple options on how you can enter it. You can use the application called ADB Link, which I did recently review. That's available for your Windows machines, your Macintoshes, your Linux machines. You can use that to enter in that one line of ADB. Now, we'll leave that line on the screen right now. Alternatively, or the method I'm going to use, is to use my phone. So you can use an application called ATV Tools. It's available both for your Android devices and your iPhones, iPads. You can use this application to also issue this one-line command. You only have to do this once just to give the correct permissions. Once it's done, you don't have to use that command anymore. So in my example, I'm going to use my iPhone. Let me quickly confirm my device's IP address, Just by going back into the settings, we can see my IP address is 192.168.0.148. So I can now use ATV tools. Let's make a connection to the IP address, as you can see on the screen there. And I'm now connected. So I've previously authorized this, but the first time you do it, you will see the ADB authorization prompt. Just click on OK and you'll be in. We can see the application has multiple options, but what we're interested in now is just sending ADB command. So if I click on command at the bottom, we can now see I've got full ADB access to my 3rd generation Fire TV Cube. So I can now simply just copy and paste the command. Let's do that now. So long press here. Let's select paste. There is that one command. I can now press the up arrow to send that command. And that command has now gone in. So literally, guys, takes 5 seconds. Once it's done, it means that your launcher manager now has the correct permissions it needs to make all of these changes on your device. Now that's done, I can close my phone. Let's now open up this application for the first time. Now the first time you open it, it may take a few seconds just to fully initialize itself. So be patient, but we should see that screen coming up fairly soon. Now, before we continue, let me just quickly share this QR code that if you are looking for a fantastic offer for a ridiculously fast VPN, stay safe online, change your IP address, access geo-locked content, protect your privacy, you definitely want to go ahead and scan this QR code for a superb discount. So this is what it looks like when you first open up the application. So probably the first thing I'll do straight away is quickly block those updates, because I do suspect that Amazon will try to patch this very quickly. So if you just scroll down, we can see we have the 3 options here, or the 3 system processes here. OTA app, let's press the select button there. And we can see that now it says disabled. So from this point forward, no more Amazon updates will be pushed to my device. Next one is the blacklisting. Let's also disable that. And lastly, the ability to block more applications. Let's also turn that off. So Amazon now has no control to make those changes, and we can go ahead with the rest of the customization. So let's go back to the top. So probably the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select a custom launcher. So where it says Launcher Manager, let's click on that. And you can now select whichever launcher you've installed on your device. So let's scroll down. In my demonstration, let's use Project Ivy, but of course you can use any launcher that you like. Here we are, let's press the select button there. That's now selected. Let's go back to the top. We can see right now it says custom launcher status inactive. If I press the select button there, that should now say active. So what this means is when I now press the home button, I should see an option telling me what do you want to set as your home page. Now it does say here that you use the launcher manager as a proxy or as a gateway to your custom launcher. So I'll set that as always. Let's select always there. And we can see now that automatically invokes Project Ivy. Now I previously customized this where I used a video wallpaper. I created some sections like utilities, like favorites. I mean, this really is a separate video, which I have done before, but there are lots and lots of customizations you can do in Project Ivy. And the great thing is now any application that I open, let's open up Downloader. Once that's open, if I press the home button again, that should instantly take me back to my custom launcher, and we can see it's done exactly that. Let's go back to this application here. Now, the other tweak that lots of you may want to do is the ability to remap your live TV button, as we can see here. So by default, this will open up the channel guide, but lots of you are not interested in that. So we can now remap this button to any other application on our device. So let's go to that now. We can see the live TV control is active. Let's go to the application and let's now choose which application we want to launch when we next press this button. So really any application you've got installed, any streaming application. For this demonstration, let me just select the K application. That's now done. So now when I press the live TV button, let me press that now. It takes me instantly to the K application. So super easy to use. You can now map this to one of your favorite streaming applications. Let's back out of this. Just make sure this is set to active, otherwise it will not be able to intercept the button. So you can see, guys, just an amazing exploit. And once again, all thanks to Sweenbull for developing this application, and for Prometheus and the other people in the team in XDA for actually working on this exploit. Now, if you want to undo everything and just go back to your device before you made any changes, what you can do is just turn this option off here. So you're not using a custom launcher anymore. Turn this option here off. And you can once again enable these 3 options if you want to. Once you do that, the next time you press the home key, It'll then take you back to your stock launcher, and we can see it's done exactly that. And of course, as a final step, you can actually uninstall this application if you want to. So that's pretty much this video, guys. Many thanks for watching. As I mentioned at the start, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I would say if you are looking for control of your device, if you want to block these updates from making changes, if you want to really have that control once again, go ahead and follow this process on all of your devices before Amazon patch it. Really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.